So that chick, every other week, she was always sickly. Like, oh, today I'm having this. Oh, my leg is swollen. Oh, I'm having issues with my tummy. So it was quite, from where we had come from, that was something, it was quite weird. Hey, that chick was weird, come to think of it. And then that chick, she was used to eating mawe. This mawe that pregnant women take. And at the same time, she's complaining that her tummy. Mpaka there's a time I asked her, is your tummy okay? Do you even have an appendix? Because with all the stone she was eating. Then every other week she was complaining she was sick, so she used to sleep a lot. We songered like that. We pushed on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 media. Then I started noticing some weird traits in her. Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're joining us for the first time, kindly don't forget to hit on that subscribe button and the notification bell so that you get notified each and every time we upload a video. And for the returning subbies, thank you so much for being here. So guys, sorry Aki, I have really tried to vlog or do something, but I've really been busy, so I haven't been able to upload a video in like a week, I guess. Yeah, but now I'm actually preparing to leave for work, so I decided let me take a few minutes and pop in and say what's up to you guys and drop something. So yeah, I'm here. So guys, today it's storytelling, nanny tales. Today I want to tell you guys a story on my journey with nannies ever since I had my son, and yeah, what and how the journey has been. So let's start. So I started having nannies ever since I had my son. That was in 2017. Okay, I brought up my baby for a whole year. I wasn't working then, so I got to have a whole year with my baby. And that 1 year, from 0 to 1, I took care of my son. I didn't have any nannies, but now after I resumed Jobo, I started getting nannies, and I thank God. By the way, from all the nannies I've got, I really haven't had an issue with nannies as such, and I've managed to get good ones. By the way, it's only that after a while, maybe some of them they want to get married, some of them they feel like they want to upgrade to the next house. So yeah, I thank God I haven't really had issues with nannies for my baby. And I can say apart from one, all of them they've been good. Plus I haven't been the kind who kept on changing nannies. I've managed to stick with a few, because ever since I started hiring nannies, I've had like those Jackie, Lindsay, those Millie, 5. You can imagine 5 I've had, and my kid is 7 years. So I've only managed to hire 5. Okay, I'm not counting the one I currently have, but I've only managed to have 5. And truth be told, they've all been good with my kid. Majorly, that's why we get them anyway. All of them, they've been good with my kid, and yeah, my experience wasn't all that bad. But I can tell you a bit of stories from the few I've had. So the first one I got, she stayed for a month. So I contacted my relative. I've never done bureaus, by the way. With the stories I've had from bureaus, I've never really done bureaus. So I contacted some relatives in Shags, and I managed to get one. And she was very green, like she'd never been in a an urban place, doesn't know how to light the gas, like super green. Yeah, so she came like at the beginning of the year. So she didn't know anything about kids, babies, and her cleaning was not all that. When you get someone from Shags, like Shags models kabisa, when they come they're very green, my friend. If you are not patient, you can't hack those. So She came. She wasn't really keen on learning or knowing what was expected of her. So she was like, Zile, like, I'm wasting her time. So she wasn't really keen. Plus, she was always on her phone, something that really annoys me, especially if you have a small kid. It pisses me to the core. So, by the way, after a week, I was like, this one, she is not lasting. Immediately, I started hustling for another. So, 1 week down, I'm seeing, hey, this chick, Kwanzaa, you had to wake her up. Like, really. Some things are common sense. You get. So that really pissed me off, and I didn't like it one bit. So after a week, I was like, this one, me, I'm done. So I started looking for another. 2 weeks down the line, when it Caribbean end month, by the way, there's a day she pissed me off. So I just told her outright, by the way, you don't know nothing, zilch. So we are not going anywhere. Then she told me, hata mimi nataka kwenda mwisho wa mwezi. So later on is when I came to know that I had facilitated for her to come to Nairobi to stay kidogo, then go move in with the boyfriend or whoever. So yeah, after a month, after 3 weeks, I released her and she left, and blah blah blah. That was that. So I got another one. Oh my God, Lindsay, I'll forever remember that chick. I loved her. She was very good with my child. Actually, most of the things that my kid learned when he was a toy, they were through that girl. She was really good with my son. My son loved her. Like literally, when I used to leave for work, my kid wouldn't bother. The way kids can cry when their moms are leaving. My kid, no. Kwanzaa, she runs, auntie, baby. That is how they were. She was a gem. She was a really nice chick, and we loved her. But from the onset, when I got her, Kwanzaa, when I got her, I think in March, and she was coming from someone who, she was working for someone who had a farmhouse, so it was a big setup. Of course, the money was a lot, but the work was, the work was a lot, and I think it took a toll on her, so she left that work, then came to my place. But now the challenge with these people who are used to that, high salary is that when they're desperate, they land onto the next jobs they're going to get. And now that when she landed at my place, I told her this is the much I'm offering. She told me the much she was used to earn, and ideally, Aki, when you see your place and the place where she's coming from, you cannot pay her that much. So I told her outright, this is my budget, so I'm not willing to push it any further. Plus, there's not much you're doing. You're majorly dealing with my son. So she told me, okay, you seem to be a nice lady, so let me push you towards, for this year, then you will allow me at least to look for, what I'm used to, with the pay I'm used to. So yeah, we settled at that. And her work was perfect. That chick was perfect. She was very respectful. My house was on point. Yani, my dishes, even my sufurias, you could literally, look at yourself through the sufurias. She was that good. So yeah, she pushed me. She was a godsend. Taught my son a lot of things. The way some of us parents, we can be, we might not have patience. Because me potty training, it was hard for me. She did all that for me, and she was perfect. By the way, she was perfect. Yeah, so after a year she left. She went, and yeah, later on she told me she got another job, wished her well. But then Mimi, most of these chicks, we don't have even when we break, we don't have that bad blood. No, I even communicate with some of them till date. So what can I say? I'm an easy employer, I don't know. But you do your work, I do my part, and we're good. That, I live by that rule. So I got another one. When my son turned 2, I got another. Lizzie, that chick was also a good one. I think the key to staying also with these girls, and okay, personally, I like, our relations, I don't like to be too close to them at your brother, sister. No. You do your work, I do my part, and you're good to go. Even our kind of talking ni ile, hi, how are guys? Yeah, but I don't go so deep at now we become, I don't like that, because at some point you're bound to clash over things or work done in the house, or so I try to keep it professional and also human, let me say that, because it's also good to relate with them and know a bit of their issues, but don't go deep with them. So yeah. And when I got now this third girl, she was called Millie. Oh God, she was a godsend. By the way, she was meant for me. That's what I always say. I stayed with this chick for 3 years, 8 months. 3 years, 8 months. And she was a godsend. She came into my house. You know the way, even having DMs in these apartments, you're like, they're all over your space. This is you get the gist, right? So when she came, yani we blended. Everyone loved her. Even my family, my folks, because we used to visit and spend sleepovers there, they used to love her. And she was really good with my child. She was really good. She understood me. I understood her. She did her work perfectly. I am the kind who never follows up on these chicks, and in that, she was just perfect. She did her work perfectly. My son loved her. She took care of my son for a very long time. Till date, my son calls her, and it took a while before my child adjusted, because he was so used to her for a very long period of time. And now when the time came for her to move and go get married, well, actually she had a family back at home, so she decided she needed to go and now settle back at home. But we loved her. We really loved her. She was good. She was perfect in everything that she did. Very respectful. For the many years I stayed with her, hatukuwahi kuatina ile kuzoea and excess mpaka ati she will slack in her work. No. She was really good, and I loved her for that. And she was perfect. We still talk to date. And one thing I have learned, even from my folks, because we've also grown up with having these guys around, is that when you get these nannies from the onset, tell them of their duties and what is expected of them from the onset. It becomes really hard along the way to start implementing things. That's when the madarau starts, the misbehaving starts. But when you set the ball rolling and how things are supposed to be run in your house from the onset, it becomes quite easy, and you will have a very good understanding, and you will gel with that girl, and you will even stay with them longer. But now some of them, I normally say wakwenda ni wakwenda, because some of them they're just something else. So, and it's also God, you pray to God to give you someone who's nice, because we leave them with the most prized possessions in the world, our baby. So, and also you need also to be good to them. Some people are not human, truth be told. I have a pal, till date, I think for her she's done like over 20 in a span of like 3 years. And you also need to be humane to these people. They're just like you and me. You treat them well. Yeah, you do your part, let her play your part. And you also need to be human. There's some people, Bana. So yeah, the period we stayed with her, she was really good. She was perfect. She took care of us well. She did everything. I used to travel and live her with my kids, so it was a very good experience with me. And honestly, I've never really had an issue with the nanny. So I think I was just one of those lucky ones. Then the next one I got was the beginning of the next one I got was another one that I got at the beginning of the year. Oh God, that one was quite something. In her mannerisms, in the way she carried herself, she's very weird. Like, she was really a weird person. She had some weird mannerisms that right now when I look back, even us as a family, we wonder how did we manage to stay with her. So that chick, every other week, she was always sickly. Like, oh, today I'm having this, oh, my leg is swollen, oh, I'm having issues with my tummy. So it was quite, from where we had come from, That was something, it was quite weird. Plus, there's a way she used to, look at someone, and she was strange. But now she was good with my son, and my son loved her, by the way, because she was very playful. They used to play a lot. Having an only child, they kind of like get to, they tend to become lonely. So they used to play a lot. They used to go and play outside soccer, play cards, play all sorts of games. And now my son really loved her. But now, her mannerisms were a bit off. Yeah, that chick was weird, come to think of it. And then, that she was used to eating mawe. This mawe that pregnant women take. Like she had this uhuru bag. She had like a bag full of mawe. She'd come with it from up country. So that she was always eating those things. From morning to evening, you'd hear her popping the stones. Popping the stones. And at the same time, she's complaining that her tummy. There's a time I asked her, is your tummy okay? Do you even have an appendix? Because with all the stones she was eating. Then every other week she was complaining she was sick, so she used to sleep a lot. At times, work was not being done in the house because she was sick, and she was sleeping most of the time. So it reached a point, I told her, I was like, I think you need to go get checked, blah, 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 blah. Miraculously, by the way, she got better. Then she told me, ile kidogo nikienda hospitali, if I'll be given medicine, I'll be good. So I let that slide. We songered like that. We pushed on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mid-year. Then I started noticing some weird traits in her. I'd come from work in the morning at times. So when I'm cleaning up, I pass by the Nanny. I noticed, the scoring powder is not there. And that day I noticed it. It was like I'd done shopping a few days back. So I'd bought a new pack of the scoring powder. So there's a day I noticed it wasn't there. So I did my thing, finished, blah blah. Then I went into their room now to go ask, where the hell is the scoring powder? What happened? Like, have you finished it already? Where is it? So when I went into their room, oh my God, people are weird. Let me show you. I'm doing this because I'm hiding the name of the brand, but anyway, you will get the gist and you will know what I'm talking about. So, on going into their room, I find her with a pack of the scoring powder like this. Of course, with this one opened, I don't want to wear my hands because of the brand name. So, she'd already popped this open, right? I found her literally like this, sniffing the scoring powder. Oh my God, I have never been shocked. Do you know, I just looked at her and I asked her, what the hell do you think you're doing? Like, what are you doing? You're sniffing the scoring powder for cleaning the toilet. Then she just, she was even surprised, I'm shocked. She's like, hii kitu inaninukia vizuri, sasa mimi huwa ninainusa. Oh my God, I was so shocked. I just told her, you have to return it from where you took it, and I do not want to see that kind of shit again in my house. I was so shocked. That lady was really weird. She was very weird. So after that point, I don't know, but I still believe that she used to sniff it when I wasn't around or when I was at work. But she was really weird. And I remember that night I waited for my husband to come from work, and I told her of my findings. So my husband told me, from the onset, I've told you of all these red flags about this chick. She's very weird. She creeps up on people. Why do you insist on keeping her? But even us as parents, you really can't blame us, because at times when you see kwanza you've gotten someone and they gel with your kid, foresee other stuff and stick at that they are good with our kids. But that shouldn't be the case, because at that point, by the way, thinking about it, I think I fell kidogo there. But I was riding with the fact that I normally work at night and not daily. Like, if I'm working today, being on on a Wednesday, on Thursday night I'm not working, on Friday night I'm working, on Saturday night I'm not working, like that. So most of the time during the day, when my son was off school, I was here. Or some of the nights when I wasn't there, the dad is there, so I was riding on that fact. But that one, she was really weird. Yeah, so when I told my hubby of those findings, he wasn't pleased. And it was almost at the end of the year, because it was around October there. So I don't know, I just chose to let it slide so that she pushes me till the end of the year. And she was very weird. That chick used to be super weird. The next day she's crying, oh sijui her tummy, oh sijui she's in pain. So but it was a really chaotic year for us with her. And kwa sababu majorly most of the times I was the one who was getting things done. And plus, my kid right now is at a point where he's self-reliant, he's big, he's 7, and if he's not in the house, he's outside playing or doing his stuff. So yeah, we survived with that one. That experience was quite weird because we survived with that one. Yeah, so I stayed with her the whole of last year. Then she went. Then now I got another one at the beginning of the year. She's perfect. She's a godsend. She's currently here and we love her. My kid loves her too. Like I said, having an only child, they really like kwanza the ones they can play with. So me, I don't do mamas myself, personally, my preference. And because of my kid, he's a boy and he's very playful. He wants to go outside to throw each other ball and play Scrabble and all that. But yeah, those are the kind that I get. But for some, they prefer mamas. Preference. If you like those, then do you. So my experience hasn't been all that bad, apart from this one that I had last year. And I just thank God, because from the stories I've read online, even from my fellow YouTubers, they are crazy stories. So I thank God that I've been among the few lucky ones. I haven't really had a major issue with them. And yeah, and the key pointers that I've learned along the way is that when you start hiring house managers or nannies, you just have to keep it professional. That works for me and for a few of my friends who I've seen implement that. You just have to be professional with them. Yes, there's that human bit that ile munajuana juju, but you just have to act professional with them. Let them know their work and you play your part. And from the onset, you just tell them what is expected to be done from the onset. Everything. Don't keep them on the back burner. No. From the onset, make things clear from the onset of what is expected of them. And I'm telling you, you will have a smooth time with them, and they will respect you. You also shouldn't be all over their space because they're human like you. Let them do their work and do their work thoroughly and how you want it to be done. And after they've done their work, do not now start bugging them at you. They're not supposed to sleep or relax or sit or no. They're also human. Like, case in point, you also go to work, right? What if your employer like was all over your case, all over your work? You wouldn't be productive. So the same also applies to them. Yeah. And also from the onset, you just lay your rules well. If you're the kind that you want them, they leave in the morning by 8 and come back by 4, tell them from the onset. Don't just assume they know these things, and when they go out, they go out on their days off, and they come back at 7, you're all over there, shouting and cursing them. And no, from the onset, be very clear with them. I think it's just as easy as that. And also, just treat them right. As many of the times, even us as employers, we fail in this area. Just treat them right. Yeah? Don't be too hard on them. And also, at times, it's also good to try help, even a little bit. Don't just, leave them with a nagging baby. The house is also in a mess, and you're there curling in your bed, and you expect things to be done. No, we also have to play our parts. And they've come in at our places to just help us facilitate things, but not to leave things entirely to them. I think with this very few pointers, we're good to go, and we will have them for a very long time. Yeah, so guys, thank you so much for your time. And kindly, guys, for those who haven't subscribed, kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel and give the video a thumbs up. And I can't wait to see you on the next one. Ciao.